cheating, but y'all put those dudes in the Hall of Fame, but y'all don't want to put Barry in. Y'all don't really mind putting Roger in, but y'all don't want to put Barry in because, again, he's not a media darling. But that has nothing to do with 2020. But that was the end of that era. March comes along. The United States of America gets shut down. Spring training is ended. March Madness is dead. We don't know what's going on in sports. What were you thinking about? What were you thinking about in March?
In March, man, pretty much what the hell? Pretty much that's the time where everything got shut down and everybody was sent home, and everybody was told like, okay, we're gonna try and figure this out for a couple of weeks and stay on hold, we're gonna figure it out, and then everything just shut down for real. Like nobody can go nowhere, and March became one of the longest months of the year. You know, self-isolation in regards to being at home, not being able to go nowhere, not being able to do anything. Oh, man. some mental mind states were tested in regards to that. Had no basketball, no sports at all. I went crazy. I ain't gonna lie to you. How about you?
No, March, it was strange because now the NBA season is the NBA was the first league to put their entire get down on pause. Baseball was put on pause as well. They didn't even know what the hell was going on with baseball, but actually baseball was all system go for a little while. NBA gets put on pause. The combine is put on pause. Everything is put on pause because the whole world is in disarray. They canceled the NCAA tournament this is the only time they've ever done it. This is when you realize to me that this sports year is not going to be a traditional sports year. It's not going to be like any other year we've ever seen. It is it was a hell of a situation. But me personally, I think that these people did the right thing. I think when you shut down the NCAA, instead of putting these young men's lives in jeopardy as they are doing currently, I think that was the dopest thing possible. I respected it, man, because at that point you realize that no matter why they did it, you realize that, hey, man, this shit is real. And it helped us move forward. And then April got here, no Masters, which I didn't give a fuck about because I don't give a damn about golf. I've never played and I never will play. I have no interest in playing. And you're not going to get me on the golf course at gunpoint. So that it is what it is. And then May comes about, they fix baseball. And now baseball is back. They bring sports back. And, this is when you realize it's all about the money. What are your thoughts at that point? They bring it back baseball, and then the conversation starts about basketball. Talk to me.
Man, at this point, that's when I started to get hope in regards to, hey, sports are going to come back. It felt forced, though, in regards, like you said, it was all about the dollar in regards to the baseball, which is funny, because I always thought baseball was one of the most, made the most money out of all sports anyway. But they got in there, got some baseball going with no fans, had to cut out fans out there, and that was pretty cool, I guess, for them. But it was weird, but hey, we got a champion again. Another drought was ended in regards to the Dodgers winning the World Series. I'm with them because as the season went on, I picked them to win, so it was good for me.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, man, May was interesting. You had the St. Louis Cardinals have an outbreak. You're looking at a situation to whereas this thing looked like it was going to end before it even started. But then baseball got rolling, and next thing you know, basketball has set a date. They are going to play from the end of July through October so they can save the national basketball season. But now it's June, and the most important sporting event in the world, arguably the most important sporting event in the history of the world, is canceled. That is the Summer Olympics. people only think about when you're not a traditional Olympic watcher. You only think about the track and field and basketball. But as me and the homie Tiffany was talking earlier, we were talking track and field. You got all kinds of Olympic sports, cross country. You got archery. You got shooting. You got swimming. You got gymnastics. And as she stated, these people are not millionaires. These people, a lot of these people have jobs and families, and you could have bust your ass. And this, you've been trying to get on the Olympic team for the last 12 to 20 years. 12, 16, 20 years. And now you're 35 years old. You finally line up all your ducks in a row, and you didn't make it. You made it, and you can't go. This had to be a super duper gut punch. I feel for those people, and it's just I feel for those people, man, because the Olympics is a very small window unless you are some type of freak athlete like Edwin Moses or Carl Lewis or somebody of that name. What's his name? Greg Louganis and things of that. You know, where you can do it for 3 and 4 Olympics. If you're a sprinter, you probably can only do it for 1 or 2 Olympics and things of that nature. Or if you are a distance runner, you may be able to do it. But man, this was a true gut punch. And now the whole world is on fire because one of our favorite sports personalities, a very good friend of his, a large part of his family, a very good friend of his, is struck down at the end of May. George Floyd, the whole country's on fire. Athletes from coast to coast are standing up. What were your thoughts at the end of May going into June as the Olympics get canceled and Big George Floyd is murdered in front of the world?
Man. This was pretty much one of the first couple of days of us actually, quote unquote, getting back to some normal things, getting outside. To see that on film or and we're out there being posted live, and then things again over and over again, man, my heart broke. The way that George, man, the way he screamed out for his mother, man, it tore my heart apart. And to see that cops were there doing that, no one said anything besides the people that were reporting. I do hate that no one grabbed or tried to, man, it was a heartbreaking situation. Plain and simple.
Yeah, man, it was arguably one of the saddest moments in the U.S. history. But what it did was, man, it galvanized the community. You got people like Shannon Brown. My man Brown, he in his hometown of Atlanta. Jason Tatum, he joined the protest. Kyrie Irving spoke up. A lot of the athletes stood up and they let it be known that they are and they stand in solidarity with the community, which made me feel good because like a lot of people make Michael Jordan a poster boy for not speaking. But hey, last time I checked, I never heard Ray Leonard speak about anything. I never heard Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley actually started a campaign, I'm not supposed to speak. I never heard Patrick Ewing. I never heard anybody who, from the day Muhammad Ali stopped being the spokesperson of major athletes until LeBron James, I've never heard any of them talk. So you can make Michael Jordan the poster boy for having a key around his lips and not talking. But the rest of those dudes never did anything either. I still believe those cops will get off. The same thing with Philando Castile in Minnesota. Will not handle it well. Damn, A-Trap has been trying to find some instructional. Oh, A-Trap, I've been trying to find some instrumentals that are playing in the background. Who is that? Okay, I'll give you both. Shout out to RC. Thank you for the addition to the show. Thank you always. And I forgot his name. I'm finna find his name. Nas Kingston. That's what I want you to do. See, his name is Nas Kingston on YouTube. Go to his page, Nas Kingston, spelled just like it sounds, phonetically spelled. It's 2 different words. Nas Kingston. He has a myriad of instrumentals. He got just to name a few. You go to videos. He got Ghostface. He got Bone. He got Fat Joe. Tons of Primo, Warren G, Ice Cube, Sean Price, Rick Ross. He got everything. And then this is a Diamond D joint that I'm playing. I'm playing a Diamond D mixtape right there. Beat tape, excuse me. So that's where you get the instrumentals that you hear in the background. That's for all podcasters and people who are interested in spicing up your podcast. That's some music in the background. Why not get rid of Toronto now on the 30th anniversary? I saw Game 1 in the Sky Dome versus the Atlanta Braves in 2018. So the tall can of beer was half price. I was on the first baseline. Shout out to Ron, man. Sky Dome was dope. Oh yeah, no problem, RC, man. That's what it's about, man. Sharing, hanging and banging, brother. Now we done moved into July. Major League Baseball is in full effect. The football has been pushed back a little bit. The preseason has been cut down, but the Major League Baseball All-Star Game, the crown jewel of the baseball season, has been canceled. Where are you mentally in regards to sports and things of that nature? Talk to me.
At this point, I mean, I'm just looking at anything that's around. At this point, I'm still working, which is a blessing. But it was just trying to find some type of sanctity in regards to getting everything going.
Well, with me, I think me and sports broke up around this time, man. I've been in this love affair with the sports world since 1976. I think we got a separation in July of 2020. Still love sports, still love to watch, but I'm not emotionally engaged like I used to be. It's fun. Because I am a trash talker, I will always be a sports fan. But just like anything else, I remember Oprah Winfrey was talking about weight loss. And she said, if you stop eating something for 30 days, you'll stop eating. You'll more than likely change. Your palate will change. And then you'll change everything, right? And I think that's with me in sports. Because, yeah, do I still watch sports? Hell yeah, I got to watch sports because I have a show. But I don't enjoy it like I used to. I don't have to watch it. I stopped buying comics. Seriously. I got a Killmonger comic and a 5-series Black Panther comic that I'm rocking right now. And it was because this emotional part of me disengaging with sports started when the homie Kaepernick got played. And see, before they played Kaepernick, in my personal opinion, I could subconsciously lie to myself and say, oh man, I'm just checking this out. But when we see our brother Big George Floyd get murdered, and then you think about like the homie that RC mentioned, Philando Castile, Tamir Rice, and all these brothers getting worked through the system. And myself, me and you talk, if not every day, every other day. And like I said, if I said this once, I'll say it 1,000 times. Every time I get ready to stop hating the police, they ride down on me and say, no, just keep hating us. And, I got harassed by a cop. Even last week, I got harassed by a cop for no reason at all. He didn't have probable cause, and he knew it. And because I knew the law, he let me alone. But that's the kind of thing that made me disengage. I am not married to sports anymore. To be at the risk of sounding vulgar, I hit it every once in a while, and then I'm also hit it and quit it with sports now. Because you look at the temperature of the world, and the whole world is against you, and I just can't date sports no more. I can't. I just can't. I mean, again, I like the science of sports. I like the strategy and things of that nature. And like the homie Tiffany said today, it's no longer